Wolf Gang, we back in this thing, man. Got a brand new video for y'all today. We talking about 7 ways to raise your self-esteem, right? Because a lot of people walking around here with low self-esteem, and we all know happiness starts with us first, Joy, that comes from us first. And then our outer experiences will reflect how we feel inside. So we trying to change the way we feel inside. So I got 7 ways to raise your self-esteem levels, all right? Before I get into it, like, comment, subscribe, push this into the algorithm, and let's get these videos out there. All right, I'm gonna begin with the first one. The first way to raise your self-esteem is to stop being a people pleaser. People with low self-esteem, they tend to want to please everybody, They want people to like them. And in turn, they feel like if people like them, then they'll like themselves. But that's opposite. It has to start from you first, right? You got to love yourself in order for people to truly love you and care about you, right? So if you want a higher self-esteem, you got to stop caring about people's opinions. You got to stop putting other people's requests over your own requests, because you just spread yourself thin. And then you become overwhelmed, and then you become all stressed out. And then what happens is you would tie your self-worth into how much you could do for other people, right? And that's no bueno, because that's what people want from you will always change. And if you tie your self-worth to that, then I mean you're going to always fluctuate. You're never going to be stable. So stop being a people pleaser. That's the first way to raise your self-esteem. The next way, get out of your comfort zone, right? You have to experience new things. You have to face new challenges. It's plenty of brand new opportunities that you just got to go out there and get. See, what people with low self-esteem do is that they'll be too scared to try anything new. They'll have a lot of self-doubt, a lot of fear inside of them. And you can't live like that. You're going to have a messed up life living like that. So in order to raise your self-esteem, you got to get out your comfort zone. You got to go out there and try new things. And as you try new things, in turn, you're going to feel more, accomplished. You're going to feel better about yourself. When you do get out your comfort zone and you do make something happen that you may or may not have expected to happen, but the fact that you kept moving, you didn't stay still, but you kept moving, and in turn, you elevated your life. So that's a way to raise your self-esteem, trying new things, being uncomfortable, You have to. Don't fall into the trap of comfortability, all right? All right, the next sign, or the next way, stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is the thief of joy, right? The more you look at what other people got going on, the more you compare it to your own life, the more you feel like you're not where you're supposed to be, the more you feel like, you could be doing better. And then you start asking, how come, they get what they get? How come I got what I got? And you would just never be happy, because you're basing your progress off of somebody else's. We all got different journeys to partake in. Nobody's journey is the same. So you can't look at somebody else's situation. That's always going to turn out negative for you, right? So instead of doing that, a way to raise your self-esteem is be appreciative of what you got, of your life. Be appreciative and grateful of your situation, right? Because in turn, when you're grateful, God give you more, right? If you just focus on you the star of your own show. Don't worry about what somebody else got going on. Because another thing about comparing is that you don't know what demons that person face who you compare yourself to, right? You might not even want their life. You don't know what internal battles they go through every day, and you over here thinking they got a better life. So that's why you should never compare yourself to somebody else. Only compare yourself, from your yesterday self. As long as you keep getting better than you was yesterday, then that's all that matters. All right. All right. The next way, you have to start forgiving yourself in terms of past thoughts that may have been negative, or even past actions that may have been negative. We all fall short. We all do things we're not supposed to do. We all have negative thoughts, and the thing is, you can't let those things consume you, right? We're human, so those negative thoughts are going to come, but you don't have to feed off of it, right? You could have a negative thought and quickly snap out of it, okay? And what a lot of people would do is they won't feel worthy enough to do anything. They won't feel worthy enough to live their life to the best of their potential because of something they did 5 years ago, because of something they did 10 years ago, right? Instead of just learning how to forgive themselves, understanding they made a mistake, learning from the mistake, and moving on, right? Because that's what the devil will try to do. See, the devil will use the self-doubt. He will make you, he'll use the negative thoughts to make you feel like you're not worthy to be who you truly meant to be, right? And so you have to be careful with that. You have to forgive yourself. You can't forgive other people unless you start with forgiving yourself. That's why we have a hard time forgiving other people, because we still don't know how to forgive ourselves. So remember, forgive yourself. It's okay. We're human. We're going to make mistakes. As long as you're not constantly making the same ones and trying to get better, then you're good. All right. The next way. In all your relationships, meaning family-wise, friendships, dating people, whatever, you have to set boundaries, right? You have to understand your boundaries and align them with your values. That's how you raise your self-esteem, right? So don't let nobody try to force you to do anything or let anybody take advantage of you. No, no, no. That's where the boundaries come in. You know what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. You stand on your morals and you live and die by them. They say if you don't got nothing to stand on, then you just flowing in the wind. That means you're not gonna be stable, right? So you gotta have boundaries. It's a way to protect yourself and to protect your energy, because energy is very important. All right. Next, you have to celebrate your wins. I don't care if they're big or small. Celebrate every win, every accomplishment, every fear you face, every challenge you conquer, all that. Celebrate it, because you got to be your biggest cheerleader. That's the way to keep your self-esteem up. If nobody else is cheering for you, who cares? I'm cheering for myself, right? Because at the end of the day, it's only you that got to go through what you got to go through. Can't nobody go through it with you. So celebrate yourself at all times. Don't look for outside validation. The only validation you need comes from in here. So celebrate your wins and losses. All right. And the last way to raise your self-esteem is to eliminate all negative people around you. Anything that's not serving you, eliminate. Especially the people around you, because the people around you are going to affect your mood and your self-esteem. If you constantly got negative people around you who call you out on your flaws, who judge you, who tell you you ain't doing this and that, then you're going to look at yourself as like, damn, you're going to have low self-esteem. You'll be like, damn, I'm not good enough. I mess up. I do this and that. They keep telling me I'm not perfect. That's why you need positive reinforcements around you, positive people. You need a strong foundation who going to support you through thick and thin, right? That's another way to keep your self-esteem up to where it needs to be. You need to have people telling you good job. You need to have people telling you keep going. You need to have people telling you, hey, don't lose hope. You know, you almost there. You know, you can make it through the storm. Just keep going in the midst of all adversity. Keep going. You need those type of people around you, right? Because we know if we get too much in our thoughts, we'll go crazy. So sometimes you need that foundation to remind you about the king and the queen that you really are, you know. So I think that's it for this video. Those were 7 ways to raise your self-esteem. Appreciate the love and support. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Give me some feedback. Give me some other ways, you know, that you could get your self-esteem to where it needs to be. And yeah, that's it. Y'all just stay blessed and keep y'all head up. Till next time, Wolf Gang, we out this thing.